Yo, what up YouTube, what up boxing fans? Y'all know what this is about. Arturo Thunder Gatti, inducted into Canastota, the Boxing Hall of Fame. He basically heads the Hall of Fame inductees, including Virgil Hill, Myung Woo Yo, the light two-time flyweight champion, and Mills Lane, tremendous referee, ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr., and journalist Colin Hart. But, the star of the group is Arturo Gatti, known as the blood and guts warrior. He gave us so many great wars, so many exciting, gut-wrenching fights, and that's really what he'll be remembered for, is his thrilling victories and his thrilling defeats. So, I know from a boxing standpoint, he really shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Skill-wise, Mayweather called him a C-class fighter, a club fighter, and at the end of the day, he was right. This isn't a fighter with great skill, but he had the heart of a true lion. As a competitor, he had no quit in him. And a lot of these young fighters today, they don't got the heart of Arturo Gatti. They just don't have it. So many, you could call Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan, these young stars for a new generation, they do not have the heart and guts that this man displayed night in and night out in the boxing ring. And that's really his defining quality that really got him into the Hall of Fame. And, that, and he literally fought the greatest fight I've ever seen against Mickey Ward in their first fight. So I'm just going to go over his resume. It's not stacked with great fighters, but it's stacked with great fights. So, to start, Wilson Rodriguez, I think they called him the Black Mamba or something. No, they called him something. But a TK, it was a knockout in 6 rounds. This was when Wilson Rodriguez had Gatti cut in 2 places, I believe, early on. He was smoothly outboxing Gatti, and Gatti went to the body. He ripped body shots. He had no other choice but to go low at times, and sometimes the ref didn't call the low blows, but he kept on ripping body shots until he would get a knockdown, and he basically set up the left hook upstairs and the left hook downstairs, and he finished Rodriguez off with body and head shots. It was one of the most thrilling knockouts of Gatti's career, and after seeing that, you knew, we have something special here with Arturo Gatti. And Arturo Gatti's really, his career is kind of like Manny Pacquiao in a way, where, his championships have been defined by being well matched against opponents. Like Manny Pacquiao, they put Gatti in with opponents whose styles favor an exciting fight and that were favorable to Arturo Gatti. So, he went on, he beat Gabriel Ruelas, lost to Angel Manfredi, where he was cut open and they had to stop the fight. Fought Ivan Robinson twice. The first one was a split decision loss. The second one was another close loss. Gatti again point deducted for low blows. But in 1998, the first fight with Ivan Robinson, Upset of the Year Ring Magazine, and 1998 Fight of the Year. This would not be the first time Gatti would get awards for Fight of the Year. He did this many more times. He went on, he got 4 consecutive wins, and then he moved up. Well, he didn't really move up, but he fought Oscar De La Hoya at 147, and that was a big step up because De La Hoya was a much bigger man, and that was really a mismatch. Gatti got knocked out in 5 rounds. He went on to knock out Teron Millette, and then he had the classic with Mickey Ward. And Gatti was really a 140-pound fighter, so moving up to 147 facing a guy like De La Hoya was simply a mismatch. Again, he beat Teron Millette, and then he had the classic, the 5-star classic fight with Mickey Ward. You know, I should rewatch that shit, man. That is one of the most absolute classic fights I've ever seen, and you know, literally the greatest fight I've ever seen. Um, I should do a top 5 greatest fights, but you know, he lost the first fight to Mickey Ward. He won the next two. The third fight, reminiscent. You got to remember him wincing with a broken right hand and still fighting on. Not a lot of fighters have that heart. Then he went on to beat Gianluca Bronco, Leonard Doreen, Jesse James Leha, and then he scored the mega match with Floyd Mayweather, pay-per-view mismatch. He had to retire in 6 rounds. He went on to capture another title at 147, Thomas Damgard. He beat the German. And then he went on to lose to Carlos Baldomir. That was really the end of Gotti's career. He then got retired by Alfonso Gomez in another knockout in 7 rounds. Unfortunately, Gotti's career had a ton of ups and downs, and he later passed away in very unusual circumstances, which I'm not going to go into. You know, he's late great, and if he was alive today, he would definitely, you know, be one of the most humble inductees in the Hall of Fame. He was really one of my favorite fighters when he was fighting, and 100% I was completely biased when he fought Mayweather. I thought he had a chance to win. That's how much I like Gotti, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And that's probably why he's in the Hall of Fame, because at the end of the day, he captured our hearts rather than our eyes with his boxing skill. So Arturo Thunder Gatti, congratulations, you're a Hall of Famer. It is what it is, guys. Peace out, take care.